Hey everyone and welcome to Tullfors. There's been some changes in the city since the last time. You were looking at the most changed area except from one at the moment. We're gonna go and shut down this windmill, but before we do, look how lovely it is. I'm gonna zoom in. You see the lights on the cabin there? Very lovely. I like it. Now I'm gonna let you look at the diner and Joe's garage as I turn off this windmill. Where's the button? There it is. Now, Joe's diner and Joe's garage, actually written two different ways to Joe, but I think it's kind of amusing still. It's going to be around there. Might move it a little bit further down this way, but might not. Right now it's, if I move this police car here, you see it's lined up with across in there so you can drive in. And I sort of like that, so either I have to move everything one plate and move that bank. And I might do that. It's not set in stone that it's going to be there, it's just easy to have it there because it's a small building. The snack bar is going to be where it is now, I think. And look, there's a fire just beside the snack bar, and the fireman is rushing over to stop it. And the fire chief is already there yelling barking orders, yelling orders. And there's a fire car that's come. The fireman who stands there is just there to stop the traffic, so no one will drive into the fire if it spreads. And is also to guide the other firemen to the right place. But what is actually going on here? Well, ta-da! The Spaceport is here. It's not gonna look exactly like that. As you see, the plate is already sagging. It's because I have a too thin MDF plate. This on the airport here is not sagging. It's not that much heavier, a little bit, but not that much. So this is temporary set. Also, if you look here, quite a height difference. I had planned to buy the same legs that I had on the airport to make it level, but I managed to get the shorter legs when I went to the store. Stupid me, I even measured before I went to the store, but some things went wrong in my measuring, and well, I messed up. My personal mistake, but I don't worry too much because I'm going to use those legs that are under the Spaceport right now. We're going to look at it later in more detail, but I'm going to use those legs instead of these wooden legs you have here when I race and replace, because that's also on the same thin MDF plate. That's buckling of it. It has more legs, so it doesn't buckle in the middle, but it's still wobbly. So I'm gonna replace that as well. And let's just see here. Nothing much has happened here, but it's very tidy compared to what it has been for the latest updates. And also nothing new down here, but I think this is an area where I will work next to start to hang things from the ceiling, from the ocean floor. No, sorry, not from the ocean, from the waves, not standing on the ocean floor. I know a little bit what I want to do, and I have some ideas. Let's see some situations around Tullfors before we start talking about the future. Since the police blocked the road because of the bank money transfer to the main bank, this road guy, construction guy, he decided he should change that light bulb and have that fixed while the traffic was stopped anyway. The bus is just standing here waiting for the cops to open so he can drive on his route. And there's an impound vehicle there. It's actually, it should be heading for Joe's garage, I think. So it's just waiting for the bus to move so he can turn around and go to Joe's garage. Maybe I'll just move it there later. Right here, there's nothing new, just a new vehicle. It's a police impound vehicle that's come to the city, along with a new small police car. It's back in there. It's back there. It's nothing special. If you like to look at it, you can look at it at my Lego blog. I'll put a link to it in the comments. And there's a lot of new stuff going to be presented there in quite soon, actually, in Norwegian. But Google Translate is a friend, as I've said before. Or some of you might even talk Norwegian, for all I know. I haven't checked really where my followers are from, but I am very happy that I have followers, and I would always like more, so please click and like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And also, if you have comments for me, just throw them down. I like to get comments, either if you have some suggestions of what I could do to improve, or if you have things you like, things you don't like, that you think I should change. Just general comments. Maybe you have a town yourself, put a link to it and let me have a look at it. I would like that. So let's head back here. Here is still, it's quite full now actually, because I had to park a lot of vehicles here, but here's still where the main fire station is going to come. I haven't gotten around to do much with it, except I found some more parts. So hopefully next time I'm here at the cabin, I will be able to build a little more. It won't be completed then either, but I will get a little bit further than I am. I will actually put a picture of how it looks now in the Tullfors blog. I'll also link to that in the comments below. And yeah, this bank here is new. That's, of course, I just wanted it mostly to get this bulldozer. I love that one. It's great. And he's just waiting there for the fire to be turned out. Or, well, what do you call it? Fire, just firemen to do the job and stop the fire, so they can rob the bank. The other guy is just standing there. He's ready to climb up the pipes and attach the hook to the wall there to pull out the safe. Now I'm not gonna incorporate this little bank into the brick bank, because I like the modulars the way they are, but I would like to build maybe an office building where I could have a small bank as part of that office building. And if so, that little bank there is going to go and be parts for that bank. Also, maybe this museum, it's the same colors mostly, and I don't really need a museum. If I want a museum, I'll make it one floor in the office building. And I have room now for one more modular. Of course, there's going to be room for more later because of the changes with the trains, but we'll get back to that. As you've seen, the Vestas windmill. It's big. Whoa, very tall, very tall, very tall. Here's the guys. They are taking a little break because they're a little bit afraid of that black bear over there. So they just sit up there and hope it's going to go away. It's going back to the farm probably. There's also a police officer who's looking for the bear at the farm. I placed this one here. It's not going to be just there, but I want to have it somewhere. I actually just thought of how to deal with it. Give me 1 minute and we'll do that on the fly. We'll just take it off and put it on a 4x4 base, and we can put that bird down there as well. There, much better. Now, the farm is going to be quite like it is. I do want to make it bigger. I want to have some fields, and that's going to come back here. Quite a lot of fields, hopefully. And another new set, actually it's just soon by it. Another new set is this train here called the 60052. I wanted that for a long time. I've had it for quite a while. The two reasons I really, three actually, is three reasons. First reason, the engine itself. Looks a lot like those trains you see in television shows about Alaska. I mean, I have shows called Alaska Railroad and things like that. That seems like those kind of trains that they run up there. They're big, mighty, cool. And then it's these rollers here with electric cable. I also love those a lot. I work with fiber optic cables, planning fiber optic networks when I'm not playing with my Legos. So I might, well, we have a lot of those cables for fiber around the office. So I just thought it would be fun to have some of them in my town as well. And I'm probably gonna make some without those electrical cable marks, the power marks, just make them as fiber cables. Because I need to have some fiber cables in my town. After all, this is a very modern city, so of course they have fiber. And then I have this wagon. Seen it before? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Woohoo! Here we have two of them. I actually loved those wagons so much that I went on eBay and bought two of them. I think it was just after I bought the train. But I just built the train this weekend, so now it's finally in town. And when things settle down here a bit, then the train can come in here and collect those wagons and take those cows for a spin. Also, there's room here to have another wagon, so I can have 3 cow wagons parked at the same time. That's no problem. And over here, that's the same crane, that's from the same set as the train. Just put it there temporarily. It's not going to be just there, I think, because it's a little bit too close to that station. But it didn't fit under the moon base with the low legs, so it just has to stay there for a little while. The pizza truck, City Pizza, they have moved here. As you see from the container thing there, the fire is out. That means all the fire trucks going back to base. Oh, there's a new truck actually. It's the deputy chief. I don't remember her name, but she is actually a named character from Lego, sitting in there. She's actually a fire chief in Lego, but I have a couple of guys that look more chiefy than her. So they're gonna be the fire chiefs sitting in the fire station. And she's gonna be the deputy chief who's out commanding the forces when there's a fire. Yeah, here's the harbor. It's a little bit cleaner now than it used to be, but nothing new really. But and also the airport, still the same. But the airport, there's not too much going on. I will make this thing here, terminal and the towers, into one tower with a bigger terminal on a 32 by 32 base. Eventually, I am thinking about how to do it. I would love to get a second set of that terminal, but it costs a lot of money, so it's not just easily bought. I can't afford buying much of what I already have, because if I do that, then there's new things that I can't buy. So for now I just have to stand by with that, but the idea is to still make a 3 or 4 story high terminal building. This is actually 2 stories the way you see it now, the way I plan to have it at least, because I plan to have a restaurant and I have planned to have the entrance and exit hall, take off arrivals, and I hope to build a little bridge from the boarding area and out to the planes. I know how I want to do it. I just need to build the building first and then see if I can attach that thing. Over here at the spaceport, it's all of the new space sets except the space station. I just mashed them together. Some figures missing from the figure pack because they didn't really fit here. One of my favorite guys is this guy on the right there. He's looked like he's just had a little too rough ride on the Wombat Comet or something, because he's about to barf. And the first guy there is scared, and the woman in the back, she's tough. She's smiling, she's having a blast of a time. And we have this one here. It's not one of the new space sets. It's an old one. I'm not sure how old it is, but It had very nice figures. They're actually standing here, being taken a picture of before they go on their space mission. And they actually came with both hair and helmets, and I like that. So I had to find a way to display it. And the thing I know about this space station thing is that I would love to build a bigger hangar, like you have the rover lab, they call it. Right here, the rover is inside there, going on up into space. I would like to have a little bit bigger rover lab, just so I can be able to seal off the side walls, and also have a little bit longer front wall. And I would like to make a second story or some kind of roof to it. And I have 2 landing bases, that's all I have, and I have 1 road, T-crossing road in between. That's all the space plates I have. I try to look for them in the used market. Sometimes they're up for grabs, like the 1 T-crossing and the landing plate. They are actually newly bought in that used way. And also got some of these road places here that I have on my roads in the city. So that was nice. It's the sort of I think it's the oldest road that Lego made, so it's not quite easily obtained anymore, at least not in a good condition. So 2 of the plates I got, actually 3, the 3 plates I got are here. It's the crossing, full cross. Wow, cool effect with the lights when I go over there. The straight without a crossroad, and the crossing there, and that straight as well. So what's to come? I have to wrap up. It's been a long video already. I have decided that I will race the city. I will race it because I do want to have more trains, more space for the trains, and I like to have more space for the city in general. So what I'm going to do is buy the right legs next time, actually the ones that's on the airport. So the airport will not be raised anymore. The airport will be just as it is. This part of the table that you see in camera now will be just as they are. The airport will be just as it is, and the water will be just as it is. I'll have to figure out how I actually can do it with the harbor, because I would like to have trucks being able to drive to the harbor delivering goods. So I'll pretend perhaps that there's a ramp back here that they actually drive down. Maybe I may even build a ramp. I'll see what I do. I could actually do that, because what I intend to do is use the same MDF as I have here. That's 20 millimeter, or actually 18 or 19, I think, millimeters MDF. Well, this here is only 12 millimeter, and that's quite a big difference when you see them together. I should check. I'm not sure if it's MDF or if it's I don't know what you call it in English. In Norwegian we call it kryssfiner. Yeah, I'll check later after the video to see what it is, because that's very sturdy and solid, and I like that a lot. So I'll check the cost on that, and then what I'll do is I have the train running all around the tables, and I'm gonna raise everything up to this level with these legs. I have to figure out just how to do it, because I need to have a little bit more height to get the crane working under here and in the harbor. As I see, I don't know if you see it in the video, if you can see it. Yeah, it's almost crammed all the way up there. And I also see that it's not MDF, it's that wooden fiber plates, so I will use that. And then there will be trains, a big loop. Train can go all the way out here where I have, at least where I have the roads. Maybe I'll keep a little, I'm not sure if, yeah, because I need to have the legs for the tables also, so where the roads are now, that's where the trains are going to be. And then I can have a lot of side tracks. I have a lot of railroad crossings, really, those T-types, like the ones you have here. All of a sudden the English word just went blank from my head. I have a lot of those, so I would like to make some side tracks, but that means I can park my trains. After all, I have 8 channels on this one to use, because there's 4 channels and there's A and B. So I can have lots of trains with just few remotes, and then we have the new system that I've heard a lot of bad things about. I like it for running one train, but I just checked my Lego train group on Facebook, and there was a lot of complaining about, after an update, that they were really hard to run 2 trains on the same controller. I only have 2 trains, but I also have 2 controllers, so that's not a big problem for me. I mean, I have this green dot on that one, and that train is definitely green, so I'm sure I can find a blue or a yellow dot to put 2x2, 1x2 brick. No, slope? Yeah, no, well, you know, tile is the right word, 1x2 tile, to put on that one to show what train that is running. And all my other trains can run on that one. If you see something missing, it's the Western train from the Lone Ranger series. I've taken that out of the city because when I moved the Western town, I also found that I had much more room, so I want to build a station and have the train standing there. That means I don't have to motorize it, because I only have a little piece of track. I don't have a slope, I don't have a circle for it, so that means I can just have it there and it can just stand for show there. Well, I think that was everything from this time. Just swoop over the city one more time. And of course, what you haven't seen today that you have seen before. This one. Okay. Thank you, people. Take care and see you later.